What's up, man? Shit. Oh, shit. Let's turn this down a tad bit. How's the audio, by the way? Alright. Good? Interesting, because I'm using a different microphone. I am putting this one away for a while. I went through my box down here and found my Rock Band USB microphone. Plug that motherfucker in. What I want to do though, I need to find my adapter to my Rockstar microphones. So I have them here somewhere, or it might be out in storage. If you remember Rock Band, or Rockstar, basically it was PlayStation 2 karaoke. And yeah, I have those here somewhere in my collection. I have the rock and metal ones, I think they were. I love the rock one because it had some of my favorite bands, Audioslave, and who else was there? Radiohead. I think Weezer was on it too. Back when Weezer wasn't like super pop. But yeah. So tonight I'm gonna fuck around with the PlayStation, or not the PlayStation, the Nintendo. Oh, dude, I love Legends of Rock. That introduced a whole new way of playing that game, and it was competition mode, where you can fuck with your opponent if you hit the right notes. You can use it as a weapon against your opponent and fuck up the way they play their guitar. You can reverse the keys, fuck with the fret, and of course you have to use the whammy bar. It was just great. Of course today, or actually yesterday, I ended up working with the back of my machine, or back of my desk. I rerouted all my power cables over here. Did some zip tying and shit. Zip tied a pole and then ran some command strip hooks. Super glued them on there and no. Yeah, I saw that. Saw that coming. Alright. Oh yeah. How'd that go last night anyway? Afterwards, I should say. So alright, that's fine. Yeah, man, I was fucking tired last night. I was gonna do a post Jeff Dunham stream. I'll talk about my experience last night. That shit was awesome, man. Like, you want to talk about raw, unfiltered material? the stream, or the title of the stream, possible actually reads. It's which. It's a social experiment. We're going to treat this like it's a rerun. That's fine. Alright guys, welcome to the rerun. I'm Deactivated Stylez. Tonight we're rerunning some Barbie and Tetris and... See, I got a follower 21 hours ago, but it must have been one of them fucking bot accounts again. Because I looked at my followers list and it wasn't there. They try too hard, man. Yeah, it definitely didn't register. I used a browser that didn't have an account signed up, so I could see what I was dealing with. Unless I'm I mean, that's a possibility as well, but it wouldn't even load the page, so. So, earlier today, I was talking potato on Discord. I, kind of shared last night's show with him. He laughed so goddamn hard. I'll think about that one for him. And he is still 13. God, I can't believe he's going to be 14 next year, man. It's gonna be one long ass cleanup. Maybe not. There we go. And of course it's fucked. Take that. You got almost 100 likes in total on TikTok. Wait, what? Almost 100 likes. Holy shit. Well, I'm sure those are still low numbers compared to other TikTokers, though. And that's completely fine, man, you know. Oh, by the way, I'm not sure if you noticed, there's a picture down below me. I haven't been able to talk about it for a while because it's just been really tough to deal with. 21 years ago, exactly, during my time in the military, my grandfather passed away. And I never really got to take his anniversary into play, and it sucks because 21 years I've been without him. This guy right here, I call him a legend. He was a hard-working blue-collar worker. He worked at a bread factory right up the road from here back in the 80s and 90s. He dedicated his life into providing for my my mom, my aunts, my uncle, and then as they got older, they started providing for us, and when they were unable to do anything, he would provide for us as grandchildren. And man, let me tell you, I just graduated basic training. My folks came up to celebrate it. And of course they said, "Hey, you got a minute? We need to talk." And I said, "Hey, what's up?" And they're like, "Grandpa fell down a flight of steps." And I asked if he was okay, and they said, "No, he's not going to make it." And the first time I got put on emergency leave for 4 days. Well, it was technically 3. We went from Illinois all the way back here to Pennsylvania, and I flew the rest of the way back. So at the time, they weren't sure if they were able to recover him from the injury that he sustained from falling down the steps, but they said that he punctured his lung, and that was basically it for him. But yeah, growing up, he said I was more of a son to him than anything else. And let me tell you, it's moments like that that just... But I did go to his gravesite. He passed away about a week and a half after I saw him. I came home in uniform. He was in a hospital on life support, basically. They had a tube running down his mouth. He couldn't talk at all. It was painful. But I got the phone call, or the Red Cross message, when I was down in Florida, that he finally passed away, and I flew home for a week. They set the arrangements. May God be with him. You ever use Find a Grave? I've never heard of it. Keep tabs on that. Where has a shitload of obituaries on there. Yeah, I never heard of that site before. Create your own as well. We'll send me virtual flowers. Wait a sec. My buddies selling extra computer parts. fact, let me do this real quick. Copy. 8 gigs. Alright. I've been working on a computer for my daughter. I mean, you saw it. It ended up as a meme. But then he ended up sending me a completely different machine with much better specs. Out of the kindness of his heart. Told me he didn't have to do it, and he was like, you know, it's for your kid, man. Hey, man, that's completely fine. That's up to you, man. But yeah, you know, at least I'm able to honor him in some way. Now, he knew that I was a video game junkie growing up. He bought my mom and them an Atari 2600. We could at least keep this in the VOD because, you know, he kept them entertained. That was part of providing right there, honestly. He bought them an Atari 2600. They passed that on to me. I have the shell of it. As a matter of fact, I still got the PCB out in storage. It no longer turns on. I'm pretty sure it might turn on now. Maybe. Probably work on it still. I want to bring the board home. Because if I can get it to turn on, I could probably complete the composite mod. I'd have to buy a whole new one. Because it's a 4-switcher. But the thing is, the 4 switches, only one's broken. And I kind of want to repair it one day. But, that guy was a workaholic, let me tell you. He would walk to and from work. If the car didn't... It was a blue station wagon he had. After a while, he wasn't allowed to drive anymore because he went deaf. But he could still hear in a way. Even with hearing aids, it was pretty... It's pretty rough for him because back in those days, hearing aid technology wasn't at the top of its game yet. But, from his job to our old house at the other end of this town here, we're talking about at least an hour and a half walk. But he was dedicated to get to where he needed to be. And let me tell you, he enjoyed his retirement. And yeah. And of course, it's right outside Harrisburg. Yeah, let's just say the guy was in shape all his life. He never put on any heavy weight, nothing. He was that kind of guy. And of course, his German side do not piss him off. It's crazy because he was German Dutch, or Pennsylvania Dutch. And then my grandmother, she has some form of British in her, like English. Dude, I don't even have an answer to that, honestly. I really don't. There was one time, no. Want to talk about crazy people in the world? This guy was fucking insane at one point. He once walked the city with a fucking shotgun behind him. Good old Pap. No, he wasn't shooting anybody. He was a hunter. But there were days where he walked in the area and coming back from doing his thing, and yeah, stories I could tell you about this guy. I tell you, he was an amazing human being, and I'm proud to be one of his, you know, grandchildren. And if he was alive today, he would have so many stories to tell. For a deaf guy, I wouldn't want to piss him off either. Like, everyone knew him. He was as gentle as can be. He cared about everybody and everything. He has morals in life, you know. The old-fashioned, old-school morals. Everything about him was just old school. He always found a way. And it all came to an end after I left for the military. And if I knew it was going to be that bad after I left, I would have just waited a year. Even though would it have made a difference, I don't know, but do I regret it? I don't regret the decision I made. I didn't know it was that bad after I was, after I left. I mean, I knew he had issues. A year prior, he was always falling down in our living room, our den. We came home from a grocery store run, and thank goodness I was hitting the weights, working out a lot, because when he fell, he was heavy. This guy's in his early 70s, and he's falling down, and he can't get himself up, and there's just nothing you can do to prevent that. It's just a cycle of life. It's a vicious cycle of life, as we say. And when I graduated, I came home in uniform, and he saw me in my uniform, and the smile on his face. I wonder what it would be like if he was around today, though. Like, most of the family shared their stories on social media today. I know I shared some of mine. Usually I try not to, but, we're living in a hard era right now, and I just want people to see the things that you can appreciate in life, and it starts with having a good heart, which a lot of people in this era don't have anymore. No common sense, no dignity, no respect. Today, I was ready to just bash some brains in. I was helping my gram get into the house, and there was this female with her friends walking down the street, and of course, when you're old, you like to look around and shit, and she says, "Don't fucking look at me." I was like, "What did you just say? Have some fucking respect." Like, dude, I'm so sick of this society that we have today. They want to be taken serious, but they want to act like assholes? Nah, fuck that. No, the other person. Like, it was just complete disrespect to her. I mean, I always tell my gram not to look at folks as well, but tonight just really fucking set me off. I've been pissed off ever since. But yeah, I'm so sick of people around here, man. Like, when our world fucking falls in, and it will, trust me, I will not be there to save them. And all it took was just to disrespect my grandmother that one and only time. No shit, like, my gram's literally losing her mind. You know, today she had a doctor's appointment. There are some things that, you know, that are depressing her. And, of course, with today being her late husband's, you know, death. Can't play this right. Play something else tonight. Yeah, you know, celebrating, well, not celebrating, but the fact that it's 21 years, a 21-year anniversary of his death, and that hits her. Of course, right now we're still in this pandemic, you know, and she can't go out everywhere and do everything, and that hurts her. You know, that's mentally breaking her down. And you know, we told her time and time again, as much as we want to take you everywhere, we can't. You know, you're still high risk. You're still fighting cancer. You have immune disorders. You know, if you're immune compromised and you catch COVID, vaccinated or not, you can still get sick and you can possibly die from it. Now, yes, there is that 99.8% survival rating, but you have to be 110% physically healthy. Like, the elderly are the worst to get sick. I mean, if you follow through that, you already know how that goes. But and you know what? I'm pretty damn sure last year when I was living in Florida. I came up here because my stepdad found out he had what they thought was prostate cancer. I went through it naturally. I did the natural thing. I didn't go anywhere after I realized that I was severely sick. I had my ex, well, my wife at the time, go out and get me vitamin C drops, because vitamin C helps the immune system. And if you're somewhat healthy and you fight it with, you know, some type of vitamin, you know, a supplement of some sort that can help you, I fought it naturally. I didn't fight it with a stupid fucking vaccine. I didn't fight it with anything but with a fucking cough drop and hope. It sucked for a while, but guess what? I'm still here to tell the story. But hey, you know what? Let your government tell you what you need to do, you know. If you want to play sheep, if you want to trade in your security and freedom for a fucking vaccine that still will kill you, you know, it's like this. You're still going to die anyway. It doesn't take a vaccine to fucking show that. It's not a fucking virus either. It can be fucking old age. It doesn't matter what happens. You know, people are still dying today from COVID while being vaccinated. We don't know if it's a Delta variant. We don't know what variant it fucking is. It really doesn't matter at this point. Wearing a mask, that's been debunked. You know, if you can see your breath going out of your mask, guess what? You're not protected. Now, of course, our dumbasses in charge said maybe if you wear 2 or 3 masks at one time, you won't catch it. You don't even fucking know. You don't have an answer to this thing. And this is why I don't trust my government. Never had, never will. But let me tell you what I do believe. The faith of, well, God. I'm not going to deny that I did get vaccinated because I wanted to make sure that my grandmother was safe. Of course, I'm going to sound like the hypocrite for that, but I'll be honest, I feel a whole lot worse now being vaccinated. I've been working harder and harder at staying healthy as well. I've been much more fatigued. And I fucking work out almost every fucking day. If I'm not walking a few miles a day, I'm at least here fucking hitting fucking weights over here in my room. Fucking trying some type of, you know, what my body can handle. I get I'm getting old. You know, you and I, you're what, 41 you said. I'm 40. I just turned, I'm finally in the Over the Hill Club. And I gotta say, I am happy as hell to be halfway done with my fucking lifespan. But at the same time, it fucking sucks because I'm dealing with this fucking plague just like everyone else is. But you know what? I'm not going to play by the government's rules anymore. Apparently no one else wants to. And last night I was kind of watching some videos. The resident in charge fucking is blaming everyone now. Not just the unvaccinated, but he's forcing the unvaccinated to get vaccinated. That is now dictatorship. I am sorry. You can scrutinize, criticize me all you want. I don't fucking care. And of course people are going to be like, well, vaccinated or not, I don't want to be around you anyway. But that's your fucking problem. I don't want to be around people either, but you know what? I like hanging out with folks. I saw one of my friends has gone full vegan, and I think that's cool because she's awesome, and you know. But me, I like having red meat. I like a good burger here and there, but I also like some chicken. You know, add some protein into my life. I try not to do fish based off mercury. Now it all depends on the fish, but. Like, I'm not a big fan of cod. No, oh no. Pump the brakes, Bandarin. I'm not going vegan. I've tried some vegan meals though. Now there's that protein cookie that we have in the States here. It's a vegan cookie. The boys and I, we actually used to eat it. It's called the Complete Cookie. I used to buy them down when I lived in Florida. As a matter of fact, one of the only people that I knew that would actually endorse that cookie was MMA legend Ronda Rousey. She was all about the snacks and shit, you know. When you're on the road and shit, you know, if you can't find a decent meal, or if you want something to snack on, you know, just to balance the weight. Stylez control. That would be by far the worst challenge ever, but you know what? I would do it. I'll be honest, I would try it out for 1 month, see what kind of difference it would make. Now, I have a buddy who I went to high school with, and he turned his life around big time. As a matter of fact, he's been in a few zombie flicks, the George Romero series, Land of the Dead, Survival of the Dead. He's a huge fan of the Blair Witch Project. He even wrote a book based off of it. I'm trying to remember what the title of it was. Was it Back into the Woods? You can find it. You can find it on Amazon. I'll have to find the link. I'll provide that later. It'd be a great Halloween gift as well. But yeah, he's a huge follower of the Blair Witch series. He's actually friends with the one guy that played Michael, I think his name was, in the movie. It was a short, or it was a short, stocky guy with the beard who freaked out and was in the corner at the end of the movie. Yeah, he's friends with that guy. That's awesome. I'd actually like to meet the crew that did that movie. But anyway, it had nothing to do with all that right there. What's going on is that over the years, he let himself go. He let himself go pretty hard. He wasn't happy with himself. He started doing DDP yoga. It made a huge difference. I follow him. We're still friends on Facebook. We don't talk as much anymore. He has his life. I have mine. But I support his decisions. So he's making a difference. That also inspired me to make a difference. So, but I'm not going to do DDP yoga. I'm sorry. I can't. My body doesn't have that kind of flexibility. Not with the pain levels I deal with still. But we're friends. He was an actor, pretty damn good actor, you know, of biting a bullet from all the other movie stars that died in the movie anyway. But yeah, he's got his shit going, man. I'm happy for him. Wish him the best of luck with his books. Now there's a convention they do, Monster Mania, I believe it is, over in Pittsburgh. He goes there to promote his book. He gets to meet some of the other stars that did horror films. He met Jamie Lee Curtis, Greg Nicotero. Let's see, who else was there? Who was the chick that he kissed? That one was funny. Was it Linda Hamilton? Like from 10 years ago? Before she got super fucking old? Yeah, I think it was her. I'm pretty sure. Or was it? I can't know. Maybe not. I'd had to go through his profile. Through his timeline, I should say. But yeah, he's probably one of the only actors I went to high school with, and he's got it going for him. He does his own podcast as well once in a while. Dude has his shit together. He's got a wife. I believe he's got 2 kids. Yeah, he's got a son and a daughter. His son was actually an independent movie. No, the movie got a lot of criticism. They said his son wasn't ready for acting yet. I mean, come on, it was an independent film. So, you know, it's a horror family. It'd be cool if you had like a cameo. Dude, I would love to have been in The Walking Dead. I mean, I lived down by Georgia for 2.5 years. Like, honestly, I feel like my life was Rick's. All those years with the morals and shit, you know. I got a son, well, I have 2 sons. And of course, my stepson Noah, aka Potato, kind of reminds me of Carl. So I call him Carl. When he was growing up, he had the Carl, you know, complex. And then Turtle, well, he would end up having to be Judith or something, or the male version of Judith, which would be the second child of Rick. But of course, it really wasn't Rick's daughter because Shane cheated, or she cheated on Shane or Rick for Shane because she thought Rick was dead. So of course, if you've never seen the first season, you're missing out already. And of course, I'm not watching all of season 11 right now. I'm probably going to hold out on the entire season. Not because I want to, but because I have to. I want the whole season to end so I can just get the whole Blu-ray set. Because that's my plan. I know they're talking about doing a complete 11-season box set with a couple pieces of merch, like memorabilia, that you can, you know, mount somewhere behind you. So, but dude, I would have taken great honor to be in a Walking Dead episode, or even in one season. Just to work with Andrew Lincoln and Norman Reedus. But of course, my favorite actress on that show has to be Lauren Cohan, aka Maggie. I did see clips of her and Negan in this episode, or this season, and there's a lot of weird tension between the two. The way she shoves him around. Come on, this guy bashed your husband's head in, and all of a sudden you're getting feelings for the guy. Like that's what the apocalypse does to you. You're starting to fall in love with the man that killed your husband. And of course, he mentions your son Herschel, who you named after your father, who lost his head to the governor. So yeah, I guess you could say I know a lot about the TV series. I owe it all to my cousin Major DeLay, who actually got me into The Walking Dead. I saw previews to it, but never really wanted to invest anything at the moment. Then I came over to his place one weekend, and I watched the first season, and then he gave me some copies of seasons 1 and 2, and then after that, I was hooked. Season 2 was very emotional too. Couple small deaths and one major one, honestly. Carol's girl, Sophia. Now, when I got out of the military in 2007, I had 2 options. Everyone was like, well, you're a big stocky dude. I was like, yeah, I know. And they were like, you should be a pro wrestler. I was like, I can't at the moment, because I was dealing with some really fucked up nagging injuries from my lower back. Overall, at the end of the day, I still suffer from degenerative disc disease, so there's no way around that. But I could do other physical activities that wouldn't, hurt my body. I did want to go to school for acting. I ended up going to college for computer IT because I was inspired by a good friend on how to work on computers, and I became so good at it that I wanted to put it to the test in college. Here to find out what I did was different compared to what they were doing. I was modifying machines and they were teaching me how to secure them. Whoops. It's alright though, I did that, so now I have the skills of both, and I can use them down the road if I need to, but first we all need to, survive this crazy, insane pandemic, and hopefully we don't have to deal with too many security breaches. I mean, a lot of shit's just going downhill now, so... Oh, I know it's never too late. See, like, if I get into it, I want to be able to be on multiple shows. Not at the same time, but, whenever one contract's up, another one opens, Same goes for the revolving doors. One shuts, another one opens. But I like to be in apocalypse-based TV shows. Because basically that's how it feels like I'm living right now. There's a complete fucking apocalypse. When you live in a world full of corruption, no one's doing anything to fix anything, Matters are just worse, so the people in charge just walk away from it all, and like, how am I supposed to take pride in things if you walk away from the issue? How are we supposed to fight? How are we supposed to defend? Well, guess we'll have to find out one day. Sadly, we're in a political proxy war. That's how I'm seeing it, and I'm going to call it as is. We got battles between the left and the right here. Stylez is Kenny the Barbie, next Barbie. I mean, as long as the paycheck is well. But I'm not shaving. I'm just letting you know right now. God. Hey! How you doing, Gloomy? Hope all is well tonight. As you can see, I'm just failing at every game I play tonight, so I'm off to a good start. Oh yeah, there's that Xenophobe. This is the one I played the other day on the Atari Lynx, and that was a pretty good port. It was also good on, what was it, the Atari 7800. So, Dr. Quack, Mr. Fogg, they changed the name. This is a different doctor. The other doctor... There is a game that you don't... Don't say it. Yes. This is so bad. Can't even aim. Are we really doing this? Are we really having fun forever? Just for that, you're getting that. You're getting that. There you go. Enjoy. Enjoy that. this before. I'm pretty sure I did. Ugh. Go to DC. Oh yeah, I did play this. Yeah, let's just destroy fucking everything. Let's eat people, kill shit, blow shit up. It's basically playing a 2D parallax scrolling version of Rampage. But I'm gonna die. Yeah. I don't know who thought that was a good game, honestly. I think that was a terrible representation of a zombie apocalyptic games. Let's see, WrestleMania Challenge, Steel Cage Challenge, King of the Ring. God, dude, like, Acclaim had it right with WrestleMania, but poor execution. And then LJN took over. I mean, it wasn't too bad at first when you think about it, but yeah. Then you realize LJN, the abomination of games. Like, just don't. Why does Mr. Perfect look so damn depressed? Hey yo, Chico. Band around. I used to mess with Wadey with that one. I used to troll him with the Razor Ramon quotes. I'll be honest, I'm tired of shit today, man. I walked my dog for about a mile. Would have went more, but it went from cool to really fucking warm. The whole "Hey yo, Chico." I use the Razor Ramon line on him all the time. He would use it too, but it's survey time. The Japan version of Razor Ramon. No, I'll be honest, I'm glad when Flying Edge took over this game. I don't think I ever saw. I don't think I ever saw the Japan version of Razor Ramon. Oh, you're not telling me anything I don't already know. Wrestling's much different over there. They do some crazy shit in Japan between New Japan, All Japan, and Pro Wrestling Noah. Yeah, I know those three. And then, of course, over here they brought some of that back in the 90s. I have a VHS over there of Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling, FMW, if you remember that company. Matter of fact, they get mentioned from time to time. One of the biggest contributors to American and Japanese pro wrestling back then was Mike Awesome. Of course, they utilized him in ECW and ruined him in WCW, and thank goodness he didn't stay in WWE very long. I believe he was part of that invasion, one of the two, but he ended up changing his life for the better, became a real estate agent. Then he came back for a one-night stand in 2005, and then a year later, he died. Yeah, oh yeah, I know about that. The whole tour's in the U.S. now? What in the fuck am I looking at here? You know what? I'm closing that. I'm closing that. God, dude, can't be unseen. Jesus Christ. Holy fucking shit. No, I'm gonna be terrorized with that. I don't even want to ask what his survey was like. Hey, yo, survey time. No. We're staying away from that. Come on, bro. Alright, so it'll be the next one. I think I have some Contra Fighter. I think this one right here was that G.I. Joe game. Could be wrong. Nope. It's a pro. It's a overseas image. Oh yeah. Let's see. Alright, so we got the 95. Wait, there's a 95 and a 96. Let's see what this one's like if it loads. Alright. Probably still the same game. Just wonder if they revised anything. Here's Bandarin's favorite game. The World of Game. A game. It makes no sense, just like this game itself. Check out that dog. Like, the controls are so stiff. The turrets are so bad. The audio is even worse. It's hard to take a game serious when you have a plane like that dropping bombs. Are you fucking kidding me? The sprites are so broken in that game. T2. This is where you have like unlimited lives or whatever. This is the trainer. I'm not sure if it applies on here still, but we'll find out. What the hell? What the hell is going on? That's not right. I mean, it's gonna help, but that's not what I was expecting. Are you seeing this band? What the hell did I just do to die? Well, one good thing. At least I'll be able to beat this piece of shit game. Again. No hand grenades. Look at this. They could at least modify the game to make it play better, but nah. There's really no way to make this game any better. See if I can go over this. Yep. just want to know what Konami was thinking when they made this game. Yo, what's up, Sparky? How you doing, man? Dude's probably like, get the fuck down here. This is pure Game Genie bullshit right here. I hope he flies up and fucking kills me. I'm just gonna let him kill me because I already know I'm gonna win the fight, but my god. This is so petty, man. And it's funny because as soon as you beat this game, it like leads into a cliffhanger. Today has been effing glorious. Why is that? Wait, what? What do you mean it got nuked? I don't know what's going on. You gotta inform me now. You know, once you tell me this shit, I gotta know the news. Is there a link? See, I haven't been home much all day. Been running errands. I took my dog for a walk. I had to go out and by George, ex-wife, came out and said Disney basically has no clue about Star Wars. Oh! I mean, there's no lie. There's no lie at all. They fucked up 7, 8, and 9. Well, yeah. Like, it was basically the Fallen Order. That's what 7, 8, and 9 were based off. She edited the first Star Wars movie. She has won Oscars for Best Edited. 1 through 3 wasn't too bad compared to 7, 8, 9, but like the only thing I don't like about 1, 2, and 3 is that as soon as you're done watching 1, 2, 3 and you go watch 4, 5, and 6, you're gonna see different visuals, and that fucks with me. Because I'm that whole old school tradition. You know, there was no CGI, it was all special effects. And everything in 1, 2, and 3 were special effect, or CGI. Well, oh, okay. So the original, the true one. Yeah, I have the first, well, all 7 of 9 so far. I ended up getting a copy of The Force Awakens on Blu-ray up at my mall. They had that free bin I always go to. And yeah, they had a few Blu-rays sitting in there. No one wanted them, so I claimed them. And one movie was Argo, the other was Traffic, and then Star Wars Episode 7. which we can call A New Hope Part 2. That's basically all it really was. Starring Dark Order. Or as we are no, to Fallen Order. Execute Order 66. I could care less about Star Wars anymore, honestly. Like, 4, 5, and 6 were always going to be mine, and this dude's gonna like say, "Fuck you, man." Like they're just like, think of them like WWE. They buy out their competition. What does that leave them with? A mess of things, a ton of shit that they have zero knowledge on what to do with. Aliens, Predator. You know, that's a perfect example of, let's buy these IPs so no one else can touch them. But we're not going to do anything with them, so they're going to sit in a vault. Instead of expanding legacies, they kill them. Just like Vince did with WCW and ECW. You know? We're going to give some of these guys a short stint of a career, and then after that, we're just going to kill it. No more supporting these guys. Give them a couple bucks, handshakes, and hot dogs. And then you're left with a big heap of shit. This way. So imagine if Star Wars was only one episode, and that was episode 4, and we never got the other 8. How would that have made you feel? Imagine having an uncompleted movie, or a series, I should say, not a movie. That would literally leave you with questions that would never have answers. This feels like a Metal Slug mission. Like this fight alone feels like Metal Slug. with those flames are the. Like, I'll tell you my favorite one. I enjoyed Rogue One. Because that was a nice little tie-in between 3 and 4. That opened the door to more spin-offs. You know, showing how the rebellion was fighting back against the Imperials. Although they fucked up Solo so goddamn bad. No health bar for our boss. Who needs health bars? Oh look, we're getting a Contra sequence. Look how shitty that chopper is though. It looked like a 2-year-old designed this game. And of course he used Metal Gear like fucking context. Where you are? What? Oh god, I hate this one. I hear Nillian. Nillian! Man, the other side refused to let Trump go. So if I'm going to hear about Trump for 10 more years, then progressive JW is going to hear about Disney Star Wars, right? Fuck their feelings. You know? Like, I'll complain too if you're gonna complain. Sitting over there with their soy lattes and listening to Barbie Girl on their iPhone 3s or whatever they carry around them still. Go, we're getting ready to transfer from one wing to the next. Turbulence. Look at that. They tried to use some real-time physics on this game. Hey, you're up on a wing and it's pretty high up in the air and the wind's just gonna, you know, fuck you up a little. Yeah, don't even get me started with that. Yeah, apparently everything's his fault, but you know, when our world is in crisis, he wasn't always at the golf course. And it's funny when I say that because everyone thinks I was on his side. Had nothing with being on his side. Is the fact that he was trying to get shit done in a matter of 4 years when other residents that run the country ain't doing shit. When you're tying his hands down because he's uncontrollable to you, that should tell you everything you need to know about the government in general. I mean, yeah, both sides said he was unhinged. Good. Sometimes you need that in life. You know? You're allowed to be that way, but he wasn't. And all of a sudden it's happening even more with someone else in charge. But hey, there's media silence. Yeah. How's that working for you? Yeah, I can play that card. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, I've never seen a country so full of fucking hypocrites. You know, I remember in 2007 when I got out and I came home and I became a citizen again, a civilian I should say. 2007 was Obama versus, was it John McCain? McCain, he just didn't seem fit to run for office. So, of course, they used the guy with intellectual abilities.
So you're gonna come in?
It would have been better if he would have dropped Yippee-Ki-Yay. But, you know, it probably would have been a copyright anyway. Or DMCA violation. Or, hey, let's just deliver bottled hot water to dehydrated babies. You remember that one? Now, I looked at his military background, and there were some things I did not approve of him. I'm not sure how much of it's legitimate, but he was, what, a Vietnam veteran, and he was a POW. But apparently he gave intel to the enemy. That right there is not something to sympathize or, you know, approve of. You know, you basically cost the lives of dozens of men, if not hundreds. I'm pretty sure if he would have did what, you know, if he would have did this shit today, people would have want him fucking hung. But hey, back in the day, you know, being a traitor was okay, and I guess it's okay to be one now. Yeah, I'm just so sick of everyone playing the victim card too. Like, you don't know shit about fuck. I'm gonna call it for that. So we're coming up close to the boss fight. That's right, we got a fight on the plane too. Yeah. But yeah, like, I think what hurt his chances the most had to have been Sarah Palin. Now, hence, she was a former, a news anchor in Alaska. How she got into politics, I don't want to know. But it did not work out very well for either of them. As a matter of fact, there was two parodies ever. There was the one on SNL, and then there was the one on the Hub. Yeah, I mean, when you start giving away intel, dude, if you're starting to give away locations of where the boys might be at, preparing for the next wave. Like, that makes you a traitor, I'm sorry. And of course, Donald Trump called him out for that shit, and there was nothing wrong with that whatsoever. If you were in that unit with him, and he gave away your location, what, you gonna defend him, say he did what was best for our country? So putting your life at stake was heroic? No. Fuck that, man. It's just like this whole situation with, pulling out of Afghanistan. I need a fucking tissue, man. Fucking sinuses are destroying me tonight. Just... Oh, fuck with it later. I don't know. I didn't know nothing about her. So, the whereabouts or whoabouts of her just weren't relevant to me. I wasn't into politics back then. Didn't care. But when I started listening to both sides, literally, I was heavier towards the Democratic side because of, I was going with the whole, Yale Harvard mentality. This dude's smart. He knows his shit. He's got ideas, and that's where I failed. Ideas. It's all our country is based off of is ideas. Ideologies. Think about that. You start creating these groups, but you don't call them groups. You call them ideologies. They don't exist. Well, apparently they do. But some people are just blind to the naked eye, and they'll do anything to cover it up and make it look good. So, just remember, looting and rioting is bad. We got so much shit going on in our country right now, and people are turning the other cheek to it. Hey, you can't blame the last man that was in office anymore. We're already going into the 10th month. So, good luck with that one. Let's see, what do we got left here? Oh, there he is. But yeah, man, I get the criticism from both sides. Like I say, there is no greater good to either side because each side has their own hypocrisy. I'm more of I swing towards the independent thing. But the thing is, independent doesn't always win because the government doesn't want to support an independent person. They either want a left side or a right side, and that's it. And that's what's dividing our country. And now it's like, you're trying to vote your life to freedom and democracy, and you can't. And you give it up for security and safety. And there's none of that. If there was, our world would be just about perfect. And even so, if that was the case, still nothing would be right. But hey, you know what? If you want to give your life away for vaccines and masks, you're giving away your freedoms. I don't care what anyone says anymore. Honestly, I don't care how many friends I lose out of it. Family goes as well. But if you really believe your government for what they're saying and doing right now, you believe the scientists that use R&D to develop some form of a cure for certain diseases that really don't cure you, doesn't do anything, you're the hypocrite now. So imagine being a cancer patient or someone sick from diabetes. Sadly, the Republicans are going to do the same damn thing. Either, no matter how you see it, it's always a stalemate because they're all going to blame each other, and that's what presidents do. Instead of holding any accountability of saying this is what we can do to fix things, they're just pointing the finger at the last person in charge. So, and that shit needs to stop because that's what's killing our country as well. But the great divide right now is what I call the proxy war between the left and the right. It's a civil war waiting to happen. And it's going to be made up of so many sides. You know, you're going to have your crazy left and your crazy right, and well, he didn't exactly point the finger at Obama, but he did point the finger at the Democrats. So it's pretty close. Because I did see a lot of his interviews, and there's Hero. Dude, it's just like this. We're in a world of hypocrisy. I don't care anymore. There's no fix to anything. There's no cure to anything. But I'll be damned if I follow these stupid ass rules and obey. I don't care. I live my life the way I want to. I'm not going to have someone tell me what I can and can't do anymore. I did enough of that in the fucking military. I think the biggest thing that fucked everything up was that Keystone Pipeline. Honestly, I think that was the dumbest decision ever. I don't know what anyone was thinking when they cut that off. This green energy bill, new infrastructure, that ain't gonna mean shit now. That's just gonna put us even more fucking debt than we already are in. But there's a picture. I gotta share it eventually again. So they're stealing yet more native land to build that pipeline. I don't think anyone gave a shit to begin with, but, you know. But now, today, I went to fill up on gas. Because of this whole gas bullshit now. I'm paying about, what? Almost $4.15 a gallon now. I was paying about $3.65 6 months ago. And now I'm paying about $4.15. That's a huge fucking difference in a matter of months. And that's based off the good shit. I don't use that $3 fucking 87 fuel. Yeah, I'm in PA. I use sheets. But the people that fought against the pipeline did, and at least it didn't respond to pressure from the people. Everyone just does whatever it wants. I don't know about that, man. Honestly, both sides are fucking corrupt. And everyone's just playing into the fucking hands. When you start believing the system, you become a part of the system. That's where I woke the fuck up. It was literally finished. I mean, there's no fucking debate on that. Like I said, me, I'm not a lefty, I'm not a righty. I might sound like I'm a righty, but I'm not. Like I said, I follow independent values. I follow American values. I follow a code. I don't even know where the fuck I'm supposed to go. Like, Just remember, I wipe my butt and I like ice cream. Oh, maybe I go this way. I don't know. Nope, there's a wall. Look at that. I'm blocked by a wall. They're keeping me out. And of course all these pipes fucking respawn. But yeah, just recently as well, with all this crisis going on now, everything is fucking going nuts. I saw the whole migration on the southern border under that Texas bridge. We can't say that's not happening. Especially when there's footage just about every goddamn day. And of course, no one is to be found. So come on, man. I guess I'm going to have to use Biden's lines on everyone now. Come on, man. I already lost faith in my government a long time ago, but no, it's just everything's hopeless. There's no more transparency, nothing. Like, what are we supposed to do with our lives when things get a whole lot worse? I think the worst mistake recently was droning the U.S. Oh! Hey! Speedy! Welcome in. Let's give her a shout out real quick. Yeah, oh yeah, that drone strike, and it didn't just kill the U.S. aid worker, killed his family, man. Like, seriously, how do you fuck that up so badly? Oh, here we go. Like, it just, that upset me a whole lot. You know, and on top of that, like, the $89 billion worth of military tech that was left behind as well. Shit, I used to work with when I was in the military, given to the enemy. I'm sorry, but that's treason. I don't care when it becomes out of commission. It's the fact that they're able to use it now. Same with weapons, tech. I saw that video of them using one of our Blackhawks, already immediately sprayed tan. And they were hanging people. And they gave an automative, yeah, that's the right word, the automative, or yeah, or automatum, I'm sorry, not automative. Not that bridge that bothers me is fucking Border Patrol chasing a bunch of black people on horseback and bull rips. Wait, what? I ain't heard shit on that. Hey, how you doing tonight? Like, honestly, I'm not even voting anymore, to be honest. So this shit's fucking corrupt and bullshit anyway. I already know we're not a humane nation anymore. I could have told you that a long time ago. Starts with the government and ends with us. But, you know, when our government takes no accountability and tells us how we can and can't, you know, raise folks, yeah, you tell me where the bad barons is. Like I said, it all starts with the government. But hey, my vote, no matter who I would have voted for, never really mattered. But after this year, I can guarantee I won't be voting. But that's what this new panelist system is going to be all about. So it's not going to matter anymore. This game sucked. How much time did I waste on it? I need to piss again, so. Well, I thought Abraham Lincoln said that. Over there playing spy ops on me. Oh no, I was just being a dick. 7 years ago. 7 years ago. Let's see, 7 years ago. I don't remember 7 years ago. And I didn't score, so not even once. So I'm pretty disappointed. Green tea. Well, it is iced tea, but it's green tea. Get it right. No caffeine and antioxidants. What we got here? No aunties. Oh, I stay away from that. Earthbound. Wait. What? Let's mess with this. I'm curious. I'm curious, George, tonight. No! Alright, let's try another one. Wait, Earthworm Jim 3. No, come on. Load it up. Alright, let's see what it's... Jesus Christ. Oh my god, this is bad. Maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, me either. It wasn't too bad of a game, but let's see. Did anybody win? Let's see who won. Wait, where? Oh, there he is. Hold on.
Again, I want to thank everyone who came out for my epic giveaway today. This is the biggest giveaway I've ever done on my stream. So Stuart and AOKP. No, you have not. The winner of the classic is Stuart, and the winner of the gift card is AOKP.
So my buddy Sebi was giving away a CIB PlayStation Classic, and then the second prize he was giving away. He was giving away also a $25 PSN gift card. Stand by. Gotta see this. Something went wrong. Try reloading. Why is... Oh, there we go. I'm just playing random retro tonight. Where the fuck? What the fuck is this? So my question is, that link right there, why is that not even a main media issue? You would think the left-wing analysts at CNN would have that covered. But it's not even talked about. So what does that tell you there as well? So I'm looking for it right now. So you basically just answered my question for me. Thank you. But wait, if it's a left thing, you think they would cover situations like that versus, you know, the right wing talking about the crisis as well? Cover up. That's just, you know, make it look like none of this shit's supposed to exist regardless. But hey, we got photos and we can maybe make a good story out of it, but they're really not going to, because the media downplays everything anyway. But some things are left wide open versus those that are perfectly concealed like that right there. Interesting. I just don't know what to think anymore. Honestly, the world is fucked. Doesn't matter how you see it. The sooner we have our little war, the better. Everyone's out for themselves, and that's basically how it's going to end. And everyone's going to realize we're fighting for no fucking cause, and you're willing to die for a broken cause. So, best of luck to everyone out there. Me, I just want to fucking play games for a living. Get stuck in the political playground that we know as the U.S. government. That's more upsetting than anything, too. Honestly, I'm going to say this. Alright, so I saw that CNN analyst ask Biden a simple question and he blew up on him, or her. And then, not even 10 minutes later, he was already apologizing to her. Because she worked for CNN. So I'm already going to debunk the fact that they are partially left, so... And then when something right happens, meaning right wing, it's just all broken bullshit. Like, it's too hard to even bother with logic anymore because we already know what's going to happen next. It is all corruption. That's all it's going to end. That's what it's going to break down to. And that's what divides us, including the chat. Everyone's got their side. You're playing into their fucking little game, and it's, instead of working together, you're tearing each other apart. We know what's going on, and things do need to change, but we can't do it in here arguing with each other. Nope. Solves nothing. I've seen what it done, or what it has done to people, and I'll be damned if I become a part of that. You know what makes me blow up? The lack of getting laid. But, you know, that's a different story. 2 seconds later and boom. But at least I'm being transparent. That's all that matters. Because that's what matters the most. Let's see, I need an option here. Motherfucker. Yeah. Now, if you want to know anything about anybody, there's one YouTuber I recommend. Former law enforcement officer Brandon Tatum. The Tatum Report. Or Officer Tatum. He's one of the most realest dudes that you can watch on YouTube. And, you know, from a law enforcement standpoint, like, he breaks everything down to where you can understand. If you can't understand what he's trying to explain to you, then you need to re-educate yourself. Like, it even took me a few... See, that's the thing. You can't say that to all officers, man. They're not all bad. So, say if someone were to break into your place, steal all your shit, all your possessions, you're not going to have law enforcement come and at least investigate? I'm not saying I want them to protect me 24/7, but I at least want them to do their fucking job. At least make arrests, fucking warrant something. Here, let's do a quick social experiment. Alright, so, if I can get $1 from 1 million people, what do we do about that? We inherited, right? No job, no nothing. Just inherited $1 donation from 1 million people. I can show you how to become a quick millionaire. People call that GoFundMe. How about this? How about that billionaire that runs an online shopping department? See, I actually ran one time and one time only, and that was because I needed my divorce. I was already fucked, on the edge, ready to lose everything. I didn't use it for any other means but to help me try to get my lawyer, get me going. Sadly, at the time, I only garnered enough money to not even make a dent in all this, and she already had a lawyer ready to go. Why? Because she already had a working system to go against me. Mainly, you know, parents and that. So GoFundMe was practically useless. But if I were to say, if I could use $1 out of everyone's bank account, just $1, and tapped into about $1 million worth of that. Of course, they do, you know, like any business does, they take their percentage and then they go. And then you can take your belongings that you get out of it and you move on your merry own way. Welcome to Big Tech. Welcome to tax corporation deductions. But hey, tax the rich. I mean, that sounds like a pretty reasonable method, right? We can talk about that too. How do you feel about that from the other day? What was that, the Met Gala or whatever the hell it was? I don't pay attention to that shit. I see pictures and I just try to move forward. That was just like a $30,000 prom dress with a band or a nose. Yeah. I mean, I'm all for taxing the rich, but when you're the one that's rich as well and you're not getting, you know, how about this? Since we say, hey, let's take a look at Trump's tax records, I want to see her tax records as well. I mean, come on. Or is that not how this works in this situation? Like I said, I'm not taking any sides here, but transparency is key. The best thing was that AOC stole the graphics. Those graphics do look familiar. It looks like some out of paint shop, but or out of a horror show or a movie. Speaking of her, where was I? I was at Target, and I saw this DVD cover, and I thought it was her on it. But there was like a butterfly covered in the face. Trickle down is a fucking scam. And the fact that rich are getting richer and the minimum wage ain't. Well, around here, most jobs are now at $15 an hour. You know, the whole demand was $15 an hour before this pandemic, if I recall. So now we're at the $15 an hour and nobody wants to work. So we're above minimum wage now. Now, minimum wage would literally be like $20 or $25, but $15 is now the new minimum in our area. And that, honestly, I think that's good. If you want to make $15 an hour, make $15 an hour. But you do have to remember, the more money you make, the more you get taxed. People don't think that. 15 and up. Well, nothing's enough anymore. That trickles down to our United States government. And if I recall, just about everything in this world or this country being run is backed by blue. So, and they say tax the rich. Okay, tax them, but you're not solving anything now. It's kind of a step backwards. Even if you were to tax them, how are you going to tax them? You know, how are you going to base it based off of, you know, the higher class, the elite class versus, you know, there's no middle class anymore. You of all people should know that there is no more middle class. It is either you're up there or you're down here. If you adjust the inflation, or if you adjust for inflation, the minimum, but you're not going to get that anymore. You're not going to get any of that. It all comes down to the government and corporate greeds. No one wants to meet in the middle, and you're not going to get that. And then if you start doing inflation, well, we're already at the inflation point. Here's the original she copied. Alright, let me check this out real quick, and I'll talk some more about this. And of course. So she stole the design. And probably didn't pay $1 back either. But you can't adjust inflation, or for the inflation now. And even if you were to, it wouldn't matter. We're stuck with things like shortages. So how do you fix that too, Hebrew? I mean, right now we're fucked with everything. You know, printing out money, having shortages. Everyone else is going to get shit before we even get shit now. As a matter of fact, band. The meat market over in the UK. How's that going right now? You're running into a shortage over there? Oxygen-based beef or whatever? I forget. I saw the links that you and Whitey were posting earlier today or yesterday or whatever. Everything's up, man. You're making this sound easier than it should be here, but it really isn't, man. I mean, if you want to be an activist on it, you can go to DC and protest about it, but nothing's going to get resolved. As long as it's an elite system, our thoughts and ideas don't mean shit to them. I mean, if it was that easy, they would have done it already. But instead we're forming... I know I'm not wrong about that. It's political corruption at its finest. It didn't matter who was in charge, but as long as you got the House of Representatives doing her crazy ass skits, open Biden, you know, shit like that should scare you by now. You know, if that's your secret word to your children, you need to get psychological help. I don't care if I get canceled based off of that statement right there. You can come lock me up and put me away for a month or two, maybe longer. You'd probably be doing yourself a favor, but I'm still going to come back charging. You know, DC has become the biggest political playground. Everyone's off their rockers, and everyone's just swinging around. So, if you think what's going on right now is going to change a goddamn thing, it's not. Didn't matter who was in charge. Trump, Biden, Obama, Bush. I feel bad for the next president that comes in charge. Oh, fuck. First, we got to survive these next 3.5 years. Honestly, I don't think we are. I really don't think we're going to make it. Let's see. Can you guess how many refugees from Afghanistan, Washington, D.C. is going to take? Probably about 75 to 80% of them. We have some in our area. Oh, yeah. Oh, you said D.C. Dulles has some, which, well, yeah, though. Well, right now they got fences outside D.C., so at least around the Capitol. There's been peaceful protests. There's no hostility whatsoever. Everything's peaceful. As a matter of fact, some people were streaming the shit. So, yeah, there was a lot of peace. I mean, there were people speaking their mind, you know. Everyone gets to speak their mind. We got the First Amendment for that. I mean, if we're saying something that's beyond extreme, then that's completely different, you know. Hostile territory. But, you know, a right-winger versus a left-winger, both sides of social justice warriors, everyone has their opinion. Free to express it, but of course one side doesn't like it, and all of a sudden the other side gets canceled. Where's the irony in that? But of course, I argue with people saying everything based off social justice and canceling was all hard right, but mostly it's coming from the left. Honestly, destroy all nations. Zach De La Rocha, dude, where is he when we need him right now? He'd be a great revolutionist. Same time, I don't think he wants anything to do with what's going on. But yeah, right now, we have about 500 to 1,000 refugees up at our Indian Town Gap. So, God knows what's going to happen. Now, I'm putting my trust into this one. Because it's like this. I always said it, you know. I hate terrorism, but there are good people out there. But you do have to be aware. The sheep, or what? The wolf in sheep's clothing. You do have to be aware of that. If you're not aware of that, you're bound to fail. Because you let your guard down completely. You know. I can give two shits about anyone's dirt. You want to go in my backyard and see my dirt? My dog digs holes in it, shits in it, pisses in it. Doesn't make it any better than anyone else's. Should maybe bury a bone in that shit too. Probably eat it afterwards. That's her dirt, not mine. But I got to play everywhere around the world, so I know exactly what that's all about. It's also a psychological drift. See, I come from a world where hate was our survival. And I learned to better myself, but we live in a world that's full of extremism, no loyalty to others. Our society is so much more disrespectful today. Everything wants to be handed to everybody without working as hard for it. Of course, we talked about the minimum wage, you know. But what's going on right now is not just groundbreaking history. Something could also lead to disaster. It's all in a matter of time how things are going to be handled, how things are going to be treated. You know, we already know people are going to be put on watch. That's one thing. No matter what. There's always a system that these people get put on watch. You know, doesn't matter how good folks are. Same happens with our folks, you know, our citizens in America. You fuck up, you become a most wanted, right? So you're on a fucking government watch list because of what you said or what you did. You know, same applies for anyone that comes outside, you know, from an outside territory. So there's no middle ground on that one. All I can say is only time will tell. We gotta see how all this shit plays out before we can even make any assumptions. That I can say. You know, we do have things put into place in our country. You know, we got unemployment, welfare systems. Most of that shit gets abused too. And that's just about anybody. And everybody, I should say. I mean, if you were to do a demographics and whatever based off of all this shit, you would actually see where a majority of this money actually does go to, and you'd be quite surprised. That I can say. And of course we have, let's see, stimulus bullshit going on. And all of a sudden the IRS basically wants all the money that was given to us back. So yeah, there's that. But I mean, come on, it's just a common plea for let's get the money back. It all goes back to what I was saying earlier. corruption at its finest. Never print out money you know you're never going to see again. Some of the fish is out to you, man. Oh. I wasn't born in 1968 and I didn't follow that shit back then because I really didn't care. So honestly, I didn't think it was going to affect us as bad as it is right now. Oh, too much. Let me tell you. God damn, I can't play Tetris right. And I'll read that in a second. Do you think the U.S. have to or ever have to balance the national budget? Like, well, if you're talking about like that debt ceiling shit, well, might as well forget about a balanced budget or any budget. With all this shit comes more taxes. I mean, honestly, the way I see it, the money we're going to see is probably going to come in. Well, actually, no, probably not. I would say China would be a good payout, but it looks like Biden wants to go to war with them now, align himself with Australia and the UK. So talking about the nuclear subsystem, which didn't work out, by the way, because the fella down under wasn't a big fan of that, and the Prime Minister of the UK did not seem thrilled at all either. Well, maybe if they wouldn't have thought about this $1 trillion infrastructure bill, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in either. But, hey, who am I? I'm just some guy that's been paying attention way too much of politics when I should just be enjoying life. But now everyone's life is at stake. Someone's got to pay. You know, it's... I can also say that about the Donald Trump wall, you know. He was going to have anyone pay for it. Military, veterans, citizens, Mexico, maybe Canada, maybe China. Who fucking knows? You know, in the end, all comes down to money. It always been the problem. Money is the root of all evil. Yes, we like working for it, but in the end, taxation is representation and it is theft. Or no. Hold on. Did I say that right? No, taxation without representation. That's what the word. That's what I'm looking for. So it's on. If you look at DC license plates. Now, all right. So, $25 billion for a wall. All right, that's one thing. Now, imagine stopping the contractors from building that wall. How much more it's going to cost? Cutting costs. Now you got to pay for what's left or what isn't going to be used. So that comes out of citizens' hands. That was already a dumb move right there. Of course, you know, we talked about the Keystone Pipeline. Yes, it could have involved with native land, and that's totally understandable or relatable. At the same time, that also cost jobs. And of course, during that hurt us over here, and of course, Biden's starting to want aid from overseas countries, mainly Middle Eastern lands, with oil trades. So there's that, which is going to cause inflation in gas, rise of gas prices. Of course, it's not just the president on this; it's also Congress, the GOP. You can't just slam him, but who's all in charge? Who's all the lawmakers here? Of course, as we call them, the rhinos, the ones who also help support the Democratic movement. They're also responsible for this, and those who opposed it, well, I guess you could say they warned us in a way, but either way, it's out of our hands. We can't do nothing about it. All we're going to do is we're going to just keep circling back. We'll use the Jen Psaki quote, we will circle back. And all it's really going to do is just have us argue and debate over what needs to be done. And it's never going to happen the way we want it to. So you can use your left-wing ideology over there. You can use your right-wing ideology. It really doesn't fucking matter. In the end, it's going to lead to self-destruction, hate. Instead, like I said, all we really need to do is unite and fucking go against all this shit and say, hey, you need to knock that shit out. But, hey, of course that would make you a domestic terrorist in our eyes, and we would all be put on a fucking watch list, because that's just how things go in America. Welcome to the world of tyranny, and there's nothing you can say or do to prevent shit. So, I debunked both of your sides, and we're all fucked. Welcome to the new normal. Country is not a business, it's not a household, but they run it like one, and yeah, well, that's what happens when you're a politician. You think you're a businessman all of a sudden. You think you got this Harvard law degree or whatever, and I could have pointed these statements out many years ago, but I just couldn't at the time, because if I would have said something, I'd be scrutinized, or I'm some kind of bad guy, or, it's a toxic trait, a toxic mentality, and you shouldn't think that way. You're not a politician. Well, guess what? Neither are you. Until we take that seat in office, we just gotta sit on our asses. We gotta sit on our hands. So, in the end, we all get paid a piper. Sooner or later, our market's going to crash even more than it already has. You might think it's not crashing, but it's going to. The housing market's going to go to shit again, and then I definitely won't be able to get rid of my Florida home. Sooner or later, it's going to be in the government's hands again. Then I won't have nothing to fight for. But in the end, my kids will be homeless. That's not what I want. And you know what hurts? I'll tell you what hurts me the most. Over the summer, my son, Potato, told me something. I said, Dad, I said, yeah, son. I was like, when I get older, I want to go into the military. I was like, why? He was like, so I can be like you, so I can fight wars. I was like, don't really want to do that. It will make you and break you, and it'll turn you into something you're not. You will lose your morals, and keep it going, it'll cost you your life. It's like with Dad, I just want to fight. I want to fight for my country. And U.S. highway system, Department of Transportation. Every year they're working on fixing roads, patching things up. Shit that doesn't get done from us 2-3 years, right? Maybe longer. What's that interstate down there in Dallas-Fort Worth area that's been under construction for like a decade now? All that shit's... Everything we do over here is supposed to serve a purpose, but in the end it's practically useless, just like anything else in this world. Everything's a political, unbalanced move. They think they're doing something good for everybody, and in the end, everyone starts waking up from it. And they know the money that's being spent, and they know it's not being spent very well. It's not rocket science there either. You know, when I lived up north, up in the mountains, we had contractors doing PennDOT's jobs because they weren't doing anything on time, and it became a waste of money and resources. Of course, the state would say, hey, you have such and such time to get this done, or we're going to fine you every day it's not done. So, of course, it brought down stress. It made them not want to work. Made them not want to do anything. You know, shit takes time. You cannot rush certain things in life. I get it's expensive, but you do have to look at that. That's why we have things like OSHA. Which is practically useless anyway, because no one gives a shit about safety violations. This looks dangerous. Let's put this on TikTok. Yeah. Alright, Sarge, you have a good night, sir. To do in the morning. So we get off here a little bit. I should take a trip to Sweden. I really should. There's a lot of beautiful women over there, let me tell you. At least that's what the postcard shows. You say it like that, it sounds like we need a whole new trading system as well. So wait, we want to talk about depression? Alright, so let me look in my medication drawer. We can fix that depression real quick for everybody. Oh wait, we're talking economic depression. Ooh, I don't think I can fix that one, but I can still get you some stuff out of my drawer. That might help. Banks have to have more reserves. I'm fucking beat. Alright guys. Should be live tomorrow night sometime. Got a lot of work to do in the morning. Gotta go help a client with her computer, so I gotta be up early for that, and then tomorrow I'm going to a market, pick up some stuff for my dog, so I will catch you later.